Hi guys, so my name is RJ Apolinario. I'm studying at Norso Shaton Campus, taking a Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Social Studies. So for today's video, I will going to discuss about brain-based learning. Second is multiple intelligence, and the third one is children with special needs, and the fourth one is the UNESCO 4 pillars of education. So without further ado, brain-based learning. Let's start. So, brain-based learning education is the purposeful engagement of strategies that apply to how our brain works in the context of education. Brain-based learning has hatched a new entitled by some as educational neuroscience, or by others as mind, brain, and education science, SUSA 2011. However, we call this not really new discipline. It is a comprehensive approach to instruction using current research from neuroscience. So the brain-based education emphasizes how the brain learns naturally and is based on what we currently know about the actual structure and function of a human brain. So, who introduced brain-based learning? Kane and Kay, 1994, in their original work, outlined 12 core principles of brain-based teaching and learning. The brain processes multiple things in parallel. The whole body is involved in learning, so people have unmet needs to seek meaning and make sense. So, I realized when Chris Aquino said, when you get old, don't stop reading. Read. Because our brain need to be cleansed, need to be initiate, and need to relax. So our brain is like a engine vehicle. So without oil on the engine, the inner part of the engine will destroy it and will get rusty, as well as our brain. If we don't keep on reading, or if we don't keep our mind busy, it will get rusty. Not necessarily not rusty, but it will not function well. Like you will get like makakalimutin and all. So just keep on read. Multiple intelligence refers to the theory describing the different ways students learn and acquire information. This multiple intelligence range from the use of words, numbers, pictures, and music, to the importance of social interaction, introspection, physical movement. So, the multiple intelligence have 8 types. The 8 types of challenge of multiple intelligence. So the first one is logical mathematical. The second one is musical. The third one is verbal linguistic. The fourth one is naturalistic. And the fifth one is intrapersonal. And the sixth one is bodily kinesthetic. And the seventh one is visual spatial. And the last is interpersonal. The multiple intelligence can draw students back into learning. Using the different intelligence to teach a concept allows each other of our diverse learners a chance to succeed at learning. After you heard what I've discussed about multiple intelligence and the types of intelligence, so you might think of how intelligence developed. So at some various points in history, Particular psychological theories have suggested intelligence is primarily an inherited quality, something formed by biological and genetic forces, and inherited from one parent or something influenced by children's environment. So that's how intelligence develop. So from if your parents are gifted, if your parents are gifted enough, so you might get it. So it runs in your blood. So from from your grandparents to your parents, then you. So children with special needs or children with disabilities includes those who have mental retardation, which causes them to develop more slowly than to other children. So these children have a problem on their developmental process, physical or mental. Then speech and language impairment, such as a problem expressing themselves, so magkura-kura or understanding others. So physical disability such as a vision problem, so eyes problem na, then cerebral palsy or other condition. How will you deal with children with special needs? By simply maintaining an organized classroom and limit distraction. For students with special needs, maintaining a healthy balance of structure and unstructured process is important. So for example, on each student's desk, have a place for everything that is clearly labeled. So use words, books, color, shapes, and number. Also consider using checklists and help students keep their notebooks organized. Teach them how to do on their own, but also check at the end of the day and offer suggestions for keeping it more organized. On the unstructured side of things, allow students with special needs to change their work area while completing homework or studying an assigned task that involve moving around the room. For students with special needs and learning disabilities, hearing instructions or following directions can be made difficult if there are too many distractions. So, schedule breaks throughout the day and sit students with special needs in an area of the classroom that limits distraction. So, for example, do not sit these children by a window or in front of an open door or by the air conditioner, as people walking by or individual noisy might be too distracting. Now, for the last part of my report, I will going to discuss the UNESCO 4 pillars of education. So, what are the 4 pillars or what are the UNESCO 4 pillars of education? The 4 pillars of education for the 21st century that Jacques Delors 2001 refers to UNESCO in the form of a report comprises: first, learning to know; second, learning to do; and third, learning to live; and the fourth one is learning to be. The pillars have specific objectives to lead people throughout life education to walk the path of self-knowledge, to develop personality in an integral way, consolidate team spirit, creativity, and respect for differences, to awaken from an early age the awareness that an education based on the four pillars.